Ironwood Games. This is Andrew. Welcome to today's quick draft. We will be doing March of the Machine. Alright, let's jump right in. I have, for reference, drafted this, I think once. No, I've drafted it twice. I've only played each of those decks one game and then I played one sealed for pre-release. So I don't know really all the cards, all the themes, but at the same time, we may not take too long. I don't want to take too long waiting and figuring all these things out and looking at them. I know that I do like the Phyrexian transform creatures. Battles can be interesting if they are good on both sides, or the front side is just worth playing. Which 3 mana for a 2/2 Vigilant Knight is not bad. If you are able to flip it and get the Anthem effect, yeah, that's fine. Progenitor Exarch, let's see. XX and 1. When Progenitor Exarch enters the battlefield, incubate 3 X times. I am uncertain, I'm going to be honest here, in this wording here. What it is, I want to say it's... I'm trying to read this and looking at the tooltip. I think this is incubate 3 X times. So if I pay... if X equals 3, I incubate 3 times. For, instead of incubate 3X times, which would be incubate 9. If X is 2, then you incubate 3 twice, so you get 2 3/3s. Is how I'm reading that. However, which is good, even for 3 mana to incubate 3. Seems pretty good with this 1/2. It is a Phyrexian. It plays in with some Phyrexian things, which the incubate stuff wants to do. And I'm looking at this last ability here, the tap to transform an incubator token. Seems pretty powerful. The 2 to transform is not a huge barrier, but it could be kind of cool. Definitely, I think, worth first picking and seeing if you can build into that. Definitely, it looks like a strong rare. This one I think is fine if you're already in Knights or trying to do go wider tokens. I don't know that it's first pickable. Inga Rune Eyes. This is the legend, which is the reprint. I like this card for the Scry 3. I don't think it's first pickable. If you're playing blue, it's a fine 3/3 for 4. Scry 3 is good. Lithomantic Barrage. Deals 1 damage to target creature, planeswalker. It deals 5 damage instead if that target is blue or white. So this feels very much like a sideboard hate card. Again, not worth first picking. And then we've got Joyful Storm Sculptor. Joyful Storm Sculptor enters the battlefield. Create 2 1/1 blue and red elemental creature tokens. Still has Convoke. Each opponent, each battle they protect. So, kind of a Convoke enabler on that. I haven't played a Convoke. I haven't played blue-red, really. I've played green, white, and black in, I think, all of the things I've done. I think I played white-black in a draft. I think I might have did a white-blue draft. White-black and then green-white in my... Or green-white-black in my sealed on that. So, I don't think... And I don't think I'm going to see anything here that's worth picking over. I think this rare is just really good. I think this one's fine if we wanted to try and go in that direction. 2, Untap if you do. Can't be blocked this turn. Seems good, like a fine finisher, but that seems fine. Not the greatest kill spell, but your graveyard on top of your library. This I think is a fine combat trick. Basically, tapped. Yeah, I don't like that. For 4 mana, I'd like to get 2 lands. If I'm only going to get 1 land, I want it to be cheaper. But it does let you splash, I guess. I think we're going to take this Phyrexian Lord Incubator and kind of see what we get, but we're not stuck there. I just think that was a good... probably the best card in the pack. I'm not sure, though. Alright, we got another invasion. Yargle here. Interesting, not great. Sandstalker. They're one of the hate cards. It's not bad to flash in. Sculpted Perfection. This would play really well with our other one. This is what you want to get with kind of that Incubator Phyrexian deck. So we might. So far, it's the best thing that I think we see. Cut Short. I don't know that I love that. I think it's situational. The Convoke is interesting on it. No, we don't need that. This could be good. Incubate 3. I think splashing blue if we were like in a white-black, base, or even if we were in a white-blue base for Phyrexians, we could splash for this one. So I think I'd rather pick up the uncommon. I do like this card, but I think it can come back around. This one again is fine. Get Heal Slasher. That's an interesting card. It's a good combat trick. This one's fine for removal. This is decent. You gain the 2 life. The problem is it's restricted to the 2 cards. So it is any permanent. You do have a lot of things if you're not playing a lot of instants and sorceries. Because you can get lands, you can get battles, you can get creatures. It's fine. I don't love the restriction on it. And we could just take the land here for, splash abilities. We don't have to be in this white. However, I do think this is a really good card. There's just a lot of random Phyrexians in the flip stuff and things, and so I think it's probably a pretty good card. It goes with our first pick, so we're going to pick it up. Sunfall, I am told, is one of the better rares in the set. It also incubates, which goes in with what we want to do. And 1 non-Phyrexian spell each turn. That's fun. I think the Sunfall is probably better as just removal. Invasion of New Capenna. That's fun, but I don't think great. And that one's good. Let's see. Angelic Intervention. I really feel like, the Sunfall is just really, really good. Back up to Menace. And then it lets us... Dramatic Revelation is pretty good with like Sunfall and things. Lets us move into a little bit more of a... Or want to move a little bit more into a control shell. So we're going to take the Sunfall. And start thinking that maybe we're in a little bit of a control shell in white X control. Could be black, could be blue splash black, could be white red. I don't know how much control there is in that. Splash black. So Norn's Inquisitor is really good in the transform deck. It also enables that Invasion of Eldraine Invasion of Throne. Invasion of Eldraine is good in kind of the control part of it. I really am torn between these two. Let's look at everything else. I don't want that. Fin Fangbearer is interesting. Not what we've got going on so far. This is good in everything else. I think getting the Incubator, hopefully picking something like this up a little later is better. Each player mills a card. I think that's good on a splash. Surveyor. Put it in your hand, then shuffle. I think this can be really good for fixing and other things. And I would not mind the Jungle Hall. I think there's other things I would take. But I do think both of these would be better for the deck we're trying to build. This is, I don't know, this is a tough choice. I really like this invasion. Inquisitor is really good with what we've got going on as far as Phyrexians and other things. My hesitation is that it dies to the Sunfall, where like Invasion doesn't die, and then you put stuff down and attack your battles. But I think we're going to take the Inquisitor. It keeps us in white, puts us pretty firmly in white, and then does give us some options to decide. We don't have to be in black. In that, this white-blue might be a decent choice land. Let's see what else we have. Don't love that. Renata is interesting. I don't think double green makes a ton of sense in what we've got going here. And I don't love that. That's fine, but I think I'd rather, in this case, like a removal might be good. If we want to get the control, Tranquil Cove would be good. Whether we end up in white-blue with splash black or white-black splash blue. Vanquish the Weak, also pretty good. I don't know. This is a tough one. I'm going to take the land. I might regret that, but we're going to do it. All right. Phyrexian Flip. Seems decent. Furnace Rains is good. If you've got Sax outlets, we don't. Intervention is fine. Scroll Shift. Scroll Shift seems a little bit better. If we're getting some things that incubate when they ETB, flashing them out might be good. The question is like Sunblessed Guardian 2 mana 2/2 transforms for 6. No, I think this Scroll Shift, target artifact, creature, enchantment you control. Because we can blink this, blink this. Yeah, I think so. I think that Scroll Shift is going to be good in the where we're trying to go here. Rona might be interesting if we are trying to splash that blue and go white-black. It's not bad. Let's see what else we've got. Double Strike is meh. I do like this one, I think, a little bit better, but let's see. Your opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. I think that might just be the better card for our deck. Cosmic Hunger is good. We're not really in the green. So, and the thinking is, like, this is 3, but it does let us trade a little bit more, doesn't have as much downside as dying. This costs us the life. So being able to gain some life, I think, to then be able to spend on flipping stuff, I think is going to be good. Furnace Gremlin. Incubate, that's interesting. Trample, Ward 2, Prowess. That's just a really good card. I don't know that we can play it, but we might just take it for the sideboards because it seems good. Swamp Cycling 2. I do love me a Converter Beast as well. This is really good. So here's my kind of arguments. This, just a very good card. If we were in a regular draft, I might be tempted to pick this just to keep it from someone else who's in maybe a blue-red Convoke, instant prowess type deck, even red-white, aggro or something, green-red, could use this and it could be very powerful. But because we're not, and that's not as much a concern, I don't know that we would play it, where I would rather splash for, I think, Converter Beast. Since we don't seem to have a lot of instants and things. The advantage of the Gloomfang Mauler, it is backup 2 and Menace, 5/5 for 7, which is fine creature. It's that Swamp Cycling 2, which would let us go a lot heavier in white and not have to splash as much. If we take the Converter Beast, it is a Phyrexian on its own, and it brings in an Incubator token. I do think that's just better. We're not committed to black at this point anyways, so we could end up in like Bant Phyrexians or something here. So yeah, that's that one we've seen. It looks like maybe nobody's in that piece. I think here we take the Dune Shaper. I think it's just the better card in all of this. We can play it even if we don't splash the green. We can do that here. I think the Aetherborn is better than Yargle. Yargle's interesting, but that 3 toughness is kind of bad. If this was a Phyrexian, sure, great. If this was a Phyrexian, great. But I think 2/2 with lifelink helps us in that. I don't know that we want to have our tricks in green. Although we could take Cosmic Hunger on the kind of bank in green. I like this Cosmic Hunger over better than the adaptation. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And then we're kind of in limbo as far as what we've got. Rampaging Geoderm. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gets +1/+1. If it's attacking a battle, put a +1/+1 counter on it instead. So it doesn't look like we're doing battles. Since we saw the 2 night battles, and I haven't seen a lot of night things, I'm going to assume someone's in nights. I do like this Dread Ship. I don't know that I love that. Corrupted Conviction. Yeah, I think that can be fine if we're going, again, trying to get kind of a controlling shell. Bonded Herd Beast seems fine. Atraxa's Fall can be really good. It just takes out battles, artifacts, enchantments, or creatures with flying. So, sure, we're going to throw that away. And we're gonna throw that away. Alright, so we've got pretty good in white. We've got green-black options. We're not necessarily committed to any of them. We could commit to both of them, though. Enters the battlefield, destroy target non-elf creature an opponent controls with power X or less, where X is the number of lands you control. All right, that's interesting. All right, Borborygmos and Fibblethip. Probably not playable in our deck. It is a mythic. We could take it for that, but I think there's probably gonna be other things that work for us that we'd like to take. Let's see. Enters the battlefield. Each player mills 3 cards. Value 2 or less. Yeah, that seems actually really good in our deck. Botanical Brawler. I would love oh, that seems good. I think we're gonna take the Freewheeler. Would love to get a little bit more controlling type stuff, and I haven't gotten that. We did patch the Vanquish the week earlier. The Vat Keeper is good. It lets us cheat to pay 5 to double, which can be fine. I don't know that it's great. This is fun. All right, let's see. Erixmathes. Yeah, we're not playing that. This does let us draw. We could splash it. Are we just getting into too many things, though? Do we just want, like, Vanquish the Weak? And to lean into an additional mana of any color? This might be even just better to fix our mana. Yeah, I like this. If we saw another one and it came back after we had, like, Burgeoning, I think we could. I think we're going to take Burgeoning. I don't dislike that one. I think it's going to be good. Final Flourish. It's interesting. I don't know how much it kills. I kind of want to take this again to be able to splash up blue, but we don't have any blue right now. So is that just silly? Cycling 2 is fine. I think we just... no, I think this Blight Reaper Thallid. I think without this we would take a Converter Beast. But I think this guy's fine. Here we do have the Jungle Hollow, which might be worth it. Although we do see now the corruption, a second corruption of Tawashi. Forms. All the incubators will transform. That's definitely something we want in a control-ish build. Is the Jungle Hollow just better for us to be consistent? Yeah. It is. And we've got to be somewhat good. And failed conversion. Now, that's a -4/-4. That's something we could at least, I think, agree. As a 2-mana, I think this is good removal. The Atraxis Fall is also good. We don't have any battles to hit with it, and we have 1 fall already. So I think we'll take the failed conversion. Here we might take the Scoured Barrens and be pretty happy on our mana. However, this seems, choose your creature battle from it, seems really good for what we want to do. On that, I don't know how good this is. 3 mana, all creatures get -1/-1. For our control build, I think something like this is probably better because we can, after it dies, get some extra value out of it. We're at 20 cards, so we kind of want to start thinking about... I mean, that seems really good. Quinde is interesting, but I don't think good. That one's fine, but I think this Doombringer is just going to be really good for where we're trying to go. Here we've got Etched Familiar, or the Ichor Drinker. I think are the two. I'm going to take it as a 3-drop. We don't have a lot in our 3 slot, and I do think that will help us. I don't dislike this. I'm trying to decide if our Skywarden is better. Yeah, it's just going to help us on colors. I think we're going to get rid of the Tranquil Cove. Flitting Gorilla dies. Each player mills 2 cards. You may put target creature or battle card from your graveyard on top of your library. Is this just better? I think it is with what we're trying to do. But I don't know. These are the questions, right? These are the questions. I don't think any of these make it. I really don't like this card. It only taps if it's a creature, so you gotta tap 2 creatures to make a mana. I think I'm gonna take this for the side. It is a playable if we don't, at least a cycle, if we don't have anything else, but I think we'll get something better than that at some point. Here, I'll take... let's take Tidal Terror for the sideboard. It doesn't matter. Urgamon or Rayav, sideboard. We'll take you again. You could kind of make the deck. Alright, so now we're much heavier in black than we were, so probably want to be like black-white. The sensor seems pretty good with what we've got. Invasion of Dominaria is good. Ayara, Widow of the Realm. What does she do? So she enables the sacrifice. Ooh, and that's kind of fun. Deck. So we could bring back the things that have ETBs to incubate and get some like permanent value. The Invasion of Dominaria is interesting for gain 4 life, draw a card. If we want to be a little bit more controlling, that definitely is better. So let's take that, because I do like this idea of a controlling build. Similarly, I think the scroll shift is really, really good. The Dreg Recycler is not bad. I do think we want that scroll shift. What do we cut at some point for it? We'll have to figure that out. I like that one. Storm the Seed Core is really good as a finisher. It is double green. and I don't know if it goes in with what we're necessarily trying to do. Overgrown Pest is fine. Skittering Surveyor. The question is, do we just want like a flying? I think we do just, we want flying. Probably get rid of an Etched Familiar for it. Sunder the Gateway. That seems pretty decent in what we want. We already have one of these, so I think getting more incubates. I think we're going to get rid of Cosmic Hunger. I'm not certain that we want to get rid of it, but that might be fine. Growth that deals 3 damage to any target. You gain 3 life. That's pretty good. Do we like it better than like the Herd Beast? I think so. Invasion of Amoket is good. I like it. I don't know that we want that. This one we might want just because it gives us a discard. Might be better than our Blight Reaper. It is. I've decided that it is. We're at 24, including this land, so I think we're fine. Elspeth's Smite seems fine. Seraph seems fine. Infected Defector. If we want the creature, I think could be good. But I think this is going to be better for us. Aetherblade Agent is good. Unseal the Necropolis. That seems good for us. Kite Sail seems fine. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me, guys. I don't know how much more of any of these we need. Because we gotta cut a couple of things, and I don't think anything's standing out as amazing, so I'm taking cards for rarity for the collection for the most part. Out because there is anything in there that we want. So just looking at this and what we've got of the 3 things to cut, I think it's going to come back here. It looks like we just have 3 green cards in here that might just be the cuts. And then we've got a pretty, I think we've got a pretty solid black-white deck. Atraxis Fall is fine. It's removal. But we have, you know, Elspeth's Smite, Sunder the Gateway, can get rid of much of the things that Atraxis gets rid of. Dramatic Revelation. And Failed Conversion. So I don't think we need it. Cosmic Hunger, the same. This lets us fix some things, but we don't need it if we're not playing extra colors. And then we got the Jungle Hollow because we're not playing green anymore. We lose the Converter Beast, which I think is the biggest loss, but I think we have other things. So this is 17. Let's see, 10 creatures, 13 non-creatures. We've got a lot of incubate. We could bring in one other thing. We could bring back like the Etched Familiar and cut a Swamp. Puts us back to 40. The question is, right, what do we want to do? And we kind of want to... I mean, this is definitely a late game play. We want to hold off, get our opponent to discard things, put on, use this to save some things, but put down our enchantments, our one battle, draw out, and kind of stall long enough that we can then incubate enough. Cast that Sunfall. Which, the nice thing with Sunfall as well is the things we get exiled also add to our incubation. It's only going to be one big creature, but I think we have other ways to incubate. So I think this is the build we're going to go with. I don't know if it's great, but it's what we're going to take out. So thanks everyone for watching deck building here, and we'll see you in the games. See how we do. Thanks. Bye.